Okay. Andre Drummond. First of all, I find it really peculiar that Atlanta even wants him. That story came out over the weekend that the Pistons and Hawks were in preliminary talks about sending Drummond to Atlanta. Why would the worst team in basketball want a center on an expiring contract that's still young? That would be like a build-around guy, I would imagine. Why would they want him?
Yeah, well, you think Andre Drummond's a build-around guy?
I don't think they want him for the expiring contract.
Well, I certainly don't think they want to build around him.
No, they build around Trae Young.
Why do they want him at all?
Who cares if
Okay,
they want
fine.
him?
Fine.
No, okay.
Yeah, right. I get it. But
Expiring contract?
My guess is
but
this.
they're trading Detroit a player with expiring contract is the belief.
They
This one's
believe,
more money? I don't know.
No, they believe they want to extend him. They actually want Andre Drummond. They want to build around Trae Young. They don't want to wait anymore, so they're going to start it now. They want to make the playoffs this year. Like I said, they think they can extend him. That's what they're at. They're in a different spot than the Pistons. They have their franchise player in Trae Young, right? So if they're willing to offer a first-round pick and expiring contracts in return, yes, please, because I'm ready to move on from Andre.
I still can't understand the Atlanta part of this. I get exactly what you're saying, but they want to make the playoffs this year. They're 8-29.
Yeah, and they're probably like 4 games out of a playoff spot or something like that in the East, right?
They are 9 games out of a playoff spot. I mean, right now, the Brooklyn Nets have the last playoff spot. They're 16-19. So you got to get up to around 500. They got to win, roughly 18-19 in a row to get themselves into that position. Is trading for Andre Drummond going to be the impetus to win 18-19 in a row?
No, but like I said, if they actually like him and want to extend him, they do need a center. They have Collins right now. They'd move over to power forward. It fills a hole that they have, more rebounding they could use. Like I said, maybe they really like his game and style that they think would go with Trae Young. I don't know, but if that's the case, like I said, I'd move him.
Okay, I mean, we would too. I would too. So what's the return package is a first-round pick, and this has been speculated on, that Atlanta gets Andre Drummond, and Detroit gets Atlanta's, not their top pick. They wouldn't get the pick that would have the most ping pong balls in the lottery, but they have Brooklyn's pick. So you get a pick that's, right now, as we said, the last team to make it into the playoffs in the East. And the expiring contract of Chandler Parsons. Could they get Kevin Huerter? Any chance of that? Former Maryland Terrapin?
Probably not. I'd love it, but probably not.
The other player that's been mentioned is DeAndre Bembry, kind of a role player kind of guy. But look, I think if you're the Pistons and you have an opportunity to move on from Andre, a player that you're going to lose anyway, for an extra first-round pick, you do it. And then, it's not a great first-round pick, but either A, you get another shot at the wild, the roulette wheel that is the middle of the first round of the NBA draft, or B, now you have 2 picks in the teens that maybe you can package together and move up into the top 10.
Well, you've also got other trade options on your own team. I mean, you've got players you could spin into other things. Derrick Rose is a guy who's had a heck of a season, scheduled to make, I think, under $8 million next year. So it comes really cheap for a guy who does a lot in the few minutes that he plays. You could package that together with someone like Langston Galloway, who I believe is an expiring contract, three-point shooter. They've got other guys that can shoot the three. Markieff Morris is another one. You could package a lot together and get another first-round pick and somehow use those 2 picks that you get from that and like you say, vault into the top 10 maybe.
Well, there have been Vegas odds put out of where Andre Drummond will be after the trade deadline. I'm going to move our way up from least favorite to most favorite.
All right.
The New York Knicks are 12-1. The Dallas Mavericks are 8-1. The Clippers and Charlotte Hornets are 7-1. The Toronto Raptors are 5-1. The Celtics are 5-1. And the Atlanta Hawks are the 2-3 favorite to be the team that the Pistons
they've had
trade.
talks with them, yeah.
So
they've got a ton of cap space in Atlanta, and there's not a huge free agent market in the 2020 free agency. So Andre Drummond, think of what you will of him here. I get it. I don't think they can win with Andre Drummond, but he is young still. He leads the league in rebounds. It's a double-double machine pretty much every night. If you have shooters and you're looking for a big man down low to rebound, and still, like I said, the free agent market isn't good. They have tons of cap space. That's why maybe Atlanta would do it. And if they would, like I said, time to start the rebuild now. Shut down Blake, get a first rounder for Andre. Let's get it going.
Well, honest to God, the Detroit part's easy to see.
Yeah,
the hard part that I'm really struggling with is
why would
Atlanta? Atlanta isn't. I disagree with you. Atlanta isn't trying to make the playoffs this year, and Atlanta, if they really want him, this doesn't really impact their chances to sign him long term, other than they can negotiate him with him ahead of time, I guess. But they must be really in love with Andre Drummond to want to make this trade.
Well, it's not about just this year, because if they extend him, it's about in the next year and the following year. So I don't think they expect it to be as bad as they are right now. So they're looking to make a move, maybe. You know what I mean? And Trae Young, listen, man, you don't want a superstar player like that to start to get antsy and not happy where he's at. So you start building, or hey, we're making moves. You know what I mean? Let them know that we're trying here.
I think it would be a giant mistake if you're Atlanta, because I think the only team Andre Drummond I think benefits for the rest of his career is for good teams, because I think mentally he gets so down on himself and gets so down on what's going on around him. He needs to be somewhere positive. He needs to go to a team that is not just contending for the playoffs, but contending for an NBA championship. That's how you'll get the best out of Andre Drummond. If he goes to Atlanta, and I hope he does, because that'll bring the Pistons the best haul in return.
Yep.
If he goes to Atlanta, I think he's going to be awful there. Just awful. Maybe not awful. I think he's going to be exactly what he is here in Detroit, because I feel like if Atlanta wants to build around Trae Young and Andre Drummond, I mean, okay, Trae Young's great. Drummond isn't, and you've got Trae Young. So what are you floundering at being, the 8 or 7 seed every year?
I guess. I mean,
But go for it. Hey,
sure.
Please.
If they want him, look. Was it Woj that dropped this?
Yeah, and he's always spot on.
He's the guy. And I'm like, wow. And then I started looking into it a little bit, and the more I looked into it, I just find it borderline unfathomable that Atlanta wants him. I just don't get it. But, I mean, I'm not going to doubt Woj. That
Adrian?
sounds like I'm doubting him.
A Woj?
Yeah.
Not our Woj.
No, not Wojo.
Gotcha.
This is a Woj bomb from ESPN, yes.